Hilton brings you new ways to stay. With experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
That's your money saying it's time for a McDonald's run. Because with new McValue at McDonald's, you get more than you expect. Like buy a 6-piece McNuggets and add a McChicken for just $1. Your money says let's go. Get more than you expect with new McValue. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Hey y'all, it's time for Rolling Dice and Taking Names. This is the annual screening, streaming, or steaming episode. Guests Chris Kirkman and Dan Patrice join Marty and Tony as they rate the 2025 summer movies. So butter up your popcorn, grab your goobers, sit back, and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Rolling Dice and Taking Names. Another special episode that's being dropped in the middle of all of our other episodes, but one that brings us great pleasure. It's our summer preview movie, and joining us tonight are two of our favorite, bestest buds in the world, Dan and Chris. Welcome back to the show. Oh, and Marty's here too.
Hey. Thanks for having us. Looking forward to it as usual.
Yeah, I can't tell you guys how much I love talking to you guys, and I look forward to this show every year.
And this show, Tony didn't drop the name, is our screening, streaming, and steaming episode where we look at big summer movies of 2025. And guys, I went and pulled back up the archives. Now, Dan, I know you got some stats for us, but I don't know if y'all realize our very first movie review episode, when it was called Box Office, Red Box, and Trash Box, was back in 2014. Wow. 11 years ago.
Wow. And that was, when did Redbox officially go away? I mean, I guess it didn't officially go away till probably this year, but it's pretty much been gone for a while now.
Yeah, we actually changed the name because it's like nobody rents anymore. And we used a little bit more alliteration with screening, streaming, and steaming. So
there wasn't anything between. I thought we changed it to something else for like 1 year, but I guess maybe not. It's hard enough to remember this one. Maybe
we did. And for those who are turning in for the first time with this type of format, what we're going to be doing is looking at movies this summer, and each of us are going to grade a movie on whether, hey, we think this is something that might be worth seeing in the theater or screening it, or it's like, nah, I can just wait till we stream, or no interest at all, it's going to be steaming. And also at the very end, we're going to be doing a draft where we draft movies that we think is going to make the most domestically over the course of the summer, and each of us are going to draft 3 movies. Now, Dan, you said you pulled up some stats.
So I kind of I've been keeping the list since 2017's draft of what everybody's drafted and where we were. So kind of reverse engineering that, I figured out from 2017 till this year, which I guess that's 6 years is what I've got here of drafts. Who's finished first, second, third, and fourth the most. So Marty, you've had 2 first place, 1 second place, 2 third, and 1 fourth. Throughout the years. Chris, you've had no first place, 1 second place.
Well, I couldn't repeat my Jurassic World years, so
yeah, that must have been right. So the first 2
it was
years
right before.
Yeah,
it was right before.
Yeah. So no first place, 1 second place, 2 third, and 3 fourth place in the last.
Yikes!
Tony, you've had 1 first, 2 second, 1 third, and 2 fourth, and I've had 3 first place, 2 second place, 1 third place, and as far as I can know, I don't remember the first 2 years, but I've never finished in the last place, at least in the last 6 years.
And you're up for a potential 3-peat this year.
Yep. Yeah, Marty had the chance. You won 2016 and 2017. I won 2018, 2023, and 2024. Since the 2 years.
I
since
need to go back and
COVID.
pull up the 2014 and 2015 stats, and we'll sort all these out together and see how those ended up.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like, I don't know if I've ever picked first before, but it might have been one of the first. I mean, it's possible it's one of the first 2 years.
Yeah. And Chris, I don't even know why we're here.
Because we pick where their heart, Tony. That's why we're here.
Right. That's right. We feel we know where the people need to go see them, and and that's it. Mm-hmm.
That's right. We don't pay attention to this money business.
All right. Well, without further ado, we have around 14 to 15 movies that we're going to be talking about. Before Dan came on, he says, that's pretty tight. That means most of these movies will be drafted. Yes, they will. But we also, remember in our last round, have a dark horse. We all bring a movie that's not on this list that we think could potentially do well this summer. And it's also a chance to talk about a movie maybe we're interested in that's not on this list. So you guys ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
The thing I love about picking fourth is that I only have to look for one dark horse. I don't have to go crazy looking for a bunch of them because I know that this one won't be picked unless somebody goes off the board during the first 3 rounds. Which is
it could happen. It could happen. I have a feeling I know which one is your dark horse anyway, Dan. I can predict it right now.
Yeah, well, I think it's very possible, Chris. If anybody's going to pick it during the regular rounds, it would be you.
It's true.
Typically we only do pick from the movies we talked about in the regular rounds.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. I've got some dark horses. I don't need Dan's, so I'm good.
All right, here we go. On May 2nd, let's kick off the summer season with a bunch of C-list Disney superheroes in Thunderbolts. And if you look at the list of these characters, it's like, I don't know who these people are. Well, unless you watched a lot of the Disney shows and some of the not so well-received movies over the past several years, you may not know the characters. However, personally, I do like kind of like a hodgepodge group of people getting to do, it's like the, the Dirty Dozen sort of thing, everybody comes together and works together. And so I hope it's what this movie is. It's going to be a fun type of movie. I think probably the most well-known hero in here would be Winter Soldier. I guess.
Bucky, probably.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely, as far as the, I would say not necessarily the comics, but as far as MCU goes, he's the biggest A-lister of that group.
Right. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into it. For sure, I hope it's a fun movie. I will be screening it, and I'll probably be seeing it next week. I've already told my wife about it, so I'll probably be sitting in the theater, and I just hope it's fun. I just hope I look for it to be campy, kind of humorous, and that's all I kind of expect out of it. All right, next, Chris.
Oh, I'm up. It's Lilo and Stitch.
No.
No, you have to tell.
My screening. I forgot about the format. Format. Sorry about that.
Chris, have you been here before?
No, I haven't. Yeah, I will be screening this one as well. I already have my ticket for it, so.
Oh wow!
It won't be the opening night. It'll be the night after Friday, the official opening, but it won't be the preview Thursday. So, but yeah, I'm going to definitely screen this one.
Okay, excellent. Well,
so another thing to remind everybody, like kind of how we do. I didn't want to step on your toes, Marty. One thing that I always kind of look at, especially maybe just the way I do it, is this is if I had unlimited time and unlimited money.
Yes,
because obviously I can't screen everything, and I won't be going to the box office a million times this summer. But these are the ones that I really think that I would want to go screen, or even stream or so. I mean, with that in mind, that'll tell you how much I really don't want to see a movie when I do, steam it. But this one is definitely a screen for me. Like you, Marty, when it comes to Marvel or DC, I love kind of the, B minus C level guys and girls, the heroes that you don't hear a lot about. Like Justice League Unlimited was always like my favorite because it went into kind of the extras, the extra heroes that are really cool that you don't get to see. And that's what this kind of is. And this is what I kind of like about this particular movie. The only thing that I worry about is this is another one of these movies where you have to find a reason that the overpowered supervillain either is somehow, quote unquote, defeated, or they find the good in the other side of him. Because obviously we're getting the Sentry in this movie. Sorry for any spoilers, but it's pretty obvious we're getting Sentry in this. And he's got two sides to him where it's the Void, or the good guy and the kind of the bad guy inside. And the bad guy is Sentry is basically like schizophrenic Superman, and he's way overpowered.
So he's way OP, yeah.
Yeah, and these are all like street level people. Even Bucky, who, Bucky and I guess you can also say U.S. Agent, they're both kind of, Captain America level powers.
Yeah, well, not necessarily U.S. Agent, but Bucky is.
Yeah, but they're not exactly, quote unquote, superheroes. And even what's the name? The David Harbour.
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian is also kind of on that level. So everybody's kind of street level. So it's going to be hard for them. So you're really going to have to hide around the heart of it all. the underdogs and the humor of it. But I still really can't wait to see this one, because right now I'm my God, they got to do something better than that Captain America movie was pure steaming. So
It was.
they can only
it was
go up
bad.
from there.
I saw it in the theater. That was.
So did
that was
I.
bad.
Yep, so did I.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
Tony. Go
Tony,
ahead.
I'm sure you have a. Oh, you said screening, right?
Yes, I said screening.
Yeah. Now, Tony, I know you have a lot more to pontificate on this movie, so take it over, man.
S as in. Okay. First off, let's just pretend that I'm actually going to go to the theater in 2025. So we'll go there. It's not endless money or anything like that. It's not so much, all that crap. We're going to pretend that I can make it to the theater, but I could care freaking less about this. Not that it's going to be steaming, but this is definitely a streaming if I were to go watch it.
All right. Disney loves to do live action movies now. And the latest coming out May 23rd is Lilo and Stitch. And to kick us off with this one, Chris, you are up.
Now, Chris, now you're allowed to go.
Now I'm allowed to talk about Lilo and Stitch. Okay. Well, I mean, if somebody hasn't seen Lilo and Stitch by this point, I don't even know what to say about it. But it is the live action version of it, because this is what they do now. So the storyline, if you don't know, is Lilo is, this little Hawaiian girl, and she wants a friend as badly as possible. And Stitch is kind of like this furry intergalactic criminal that gets loose from captivity, steals a ship and goes to Earth. And it's all about their friendship and them becoming friends and how mischievous Stitch is. That's pretty much the whole plot of the movie, except for you got to remember that Ohana means family, because that's the whole kind of, gist of the movie is talking about that family comes in all shapes and sizes. And I think it looks fun as heck. And I know that Dan disagreed with this when I said this earlier in the email thread, but I'll tell you, kids and especially like Gen Z love Stitch. Like, they love Stitch. They just grew up with Stitch. I also really enjoyed Lilo and Stitch. It's one of the more underrated kind of films from Disney, I think. But I think this one looks like a lot of fun, at least from my perspective, anyway. You all may feel differently.
So you screening?
I will stream this one.
After all that.
All that said, but I will gladly stream it when I'm able to. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Tony.
All right. So for me, I was watching. Don't be going there. So we have this format. If you you're looking at the video, we're looking at an actual sheet here. Dave.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at the sheet.
Yeah.
Well, I went after
like,
Chris the
shouldn't it be
last
my
time. That's
turn?
why I thought it was still in a row.
It's okay. We'll get to you here in a second. It's all right. So
coming
for
up
me,
next.
Lilo and Stitch, one of my daughter and I's favorite films. Enjoy it a whole lot. I showed her the trailer, and she kind of did the old scrunchy face. And I said, "Would you not go with me to this theater?" And she's like, "No, she's like, I don't need to see live action." I said, "Oh, okay. So I'll be streaming it."
All right. Two streamings. All right, Dan.
Okay, so I was sandbagging a little bit for you,
Everybody
Chris,
sit
because
back.
I love freaking Lilo and Stitch. I absolutely love this. My daughter watched this on a loop for like a lot of the other movies
I'm
so
sure.
much. And I keep you might hear this same thing I'm about to say a million times tonight. I keep waffling back and forth on it because the first little bit you saw of Stitch was terrible a couple of months, like 4 or 5 months ago, like another movie we're going to talk about in a little while. It looked bad. And then they had that Super Bowl commercial with Stitch, which was hilarious. And it was really funny. And it put me a little bit better. And then like the one that came out 2 weeks ago, because listen, this is a weird movie. There's weird alien stuff going on. There's some humor. The movie just kind of drags at parts, but it's got great heart. And I was really wondering if it was, how are they going to make us care about all this with that dumb kind of weird alien storyline? But the trailer, I mean, it got me. I'm in. I'm all in. I'm going to go screen it.
Screen it. All right.
Nice.
First,
All right. Okay.
first screening. Yeah, so for me, when I first heard about this, I just rolled my eyes because, like, when's the last live action actually did okay? I guess maybe The Lion King years ago. But I mean, Snow White recently was a total bomb at the box office. But then I saw this trailer and I went, that actually looks really good. And I think because it reminds me of Sonic. So you've got this character that's in the real world. So to me, it just kind of worked. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I'm going to go screen it. I'm going to stream it, but I'm pleasantly surprised at how well it looks. I think it could be. You
got to remember, so some of these, think of what they're doing. I mean, they're doing a lot of them in live action, but think of the ones they're doing. This one is different than the other storylines that they've done in live action. So I think that's what separates it early on than some of the other. The other ones are all kind of like the princesses that they bring, which is nothing wrong with that, because I really thought Belle.
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast was really good. It was probably, I think that's been the best one, and I don't think they've have a real good job since then. But I also didn't see Mufasa. But anyway, of all those, the other ones, I don't think they were great. But this one looks like it really has some potential. Plus, that little girl is cutie patootie. I mean, she'll capture your heart right there.
Yeah.
So it's got some potential to it.
All right. So So I'm streaming that one too. All right. So on the same weekend, we have what could be the final Mission Impossible from Tom Cruise. Final Reckoning. Dan shaking his head. No, I don't think it is.
Like money. There's no way that's the end.
So anyway, Tony, Mission Impossible Final Reckoning.
All right. So for me, I'm going to have to say I've not even seen part 1. So
you'll need to.
You think? You think I'll need to see that? So this is an easy one for me. I'm going to be screening it probably shortly after I watch S1, or not S1. I'm sorry, the first one, part 1.
Oh, so you will be screening
any of them? Like,
I've seen all of them except the last one.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll watch that one, and then I can pick up the other one when it's released next year on some streaming device. It'll take me a few years, but I'll get there.
All right, Dan?
So like last year, I love everybody in this movie, like a lot of the actors and actresses in this movie. I mean, I love Tom Cruise. I love Simon Pegg. I love all these people, but I could not
Haley Atwell
a flying F about this movie whatsoever. And it was like last year. Yeah, Haley Atwell. Oh, and the lady from Silo. I think isn't Ferguson? Sorry,
Rebecca Ferguson.
Rebecca Ferguson.
Never mind.
Oh, is that spoiler?
Spoiler.
Yeah. All right. Well, I know she was part of the franchise, I guess. But yeah, I like all these people, but I really couldn't care. I mean, this is steaming. I mean, this is a franchise that lost me.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a franchise that lost me a long time ago for whatever reason. I mean, I'd probably see it, but when you look at them, they're just so long. There's such a commitment to even stream. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, so yeah, steaming.
I am a huge Mission Impossible fan. I'm still a Tom Cruise fan. I think he's one of the last real Hollywood superstars. He just really continues to bring it. I just have a lot of fun with these movies. I will definitely be seeing it day one for me. I need to rewatch the first one again, but I am kind of disappointed that this might be the last. I mean, the guy is 60-something years old, and he's hanging out of a bi-wing plane in this one. I mean, come on.
He comes from the same planet as Paul Rudd. They're never getting old.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, after you watch the first one, can I borrow your DVD so I can?
Of course. Of course.
Thank you.
All right. So, screening for me. Chris.
VHS for you, Tony.
Yes. I have a player, by the way. So
I'm sure you do. Me. So I streamed the last one, so I'll likely stream this one too. I mean, I like Mission Impossible, but I don't think that I really need to go to the theater to see it, to be honest with you. But I mean, I'll stream it for sure. And besides, it's got Vanessa Kirby in it, and I'll watch her paint a room for 2 hours, so I don't care.
That's fair. You'll watch her be invisible later on.
I didn't realize it was 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
It was not last year. Yeah.
Yeah, and I steamed it then too.
And at the box office, it didn't do that great. For a Tom Cruise movie, it did not do well at all.
Surprisingly enough, it didn't. As much as most Mission Impossibles would do.
Right, exactly. All right, on May 30th, if you've watched Cobra Kai, this is now several years later, we get Karate Kid Legends. Dan, you are first.
So you think they're going to reference Cobra Kai at all in this movie? Like, do you think we get maybe a Johnny post credit or maybe like some cameo at all? Would be interesting.
I don't. Did y'all watch Cobra Kai, by the way?
I am woefully behind on Cobra Kai, but I love it. I just haven't got a chance to go back to it.
I don't know. Have you finished it, Chris?
I have not seen the last season, but I've watched all the others.
Personally, I think it absolutely flipping nailed the landing.
Nice.
Perfect landing for a series that ran this long. So I can't wait for you to finish it. I mean, everybody I saw that watched it went, wow, you couldn't have a better ending to this series. It was just so good. I'm sorry, Dan.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm a big Karate Kid apologist. Like I didn't like the last the 3 and then the another Karate Kid. I didn't like those, but 1 and 2 are really, really good. And they were at a time where as I was growing up, I'm an old man now. I'm officially 50, guys, so I'm in the club. So when I was a young lad in the 80s, I kind of looked a little bit like Ralph Macchio. So that helped me out a little bit. So I kind of gravitated me towards, and plus the underdog, being a geek like we all were growing up, the underdog story is pretty cool. So I've always loved the Karate Kid. So I'm actually going to screen this one. Jackie Chan is lovable. I love Ralph Macchio is also an Islander fan. So, I mean, he's from Long Island. So, I mean, he's got everything going for him. So I've got to screen this one.
All right. And so for me, it is going to be, as much as I love the TV series, I don't know. I saw the trailer and I was like, it's like every other Karate Kid. There's a guy who's getting beat up and he needs to learn karate to take care of himself. I will see it, but I don't need to see it in the theater. So it's going to be streaming for me. Next up, Chris.
Same with me. I don't need to see it in the theater, but I'll stream it when it comes out. I'm purely for Jackie Chan. I mean, come on. But yeah, I don't need to see it in the theater.
Wow, is that it? Is that the best y'all got out of this? They should tell people just how they feel about this movie. Okay. I didn't watch Cobra Kai. I saw Karate Kid 1. I didn't see any of the other ones. So, I mean, I enjoyed Jackie Chan. I think it'd be cool with old Ralph there. Mm-hmm. Maybe they can do some holographic image of Mr. Miyagi or something.
They do in season 5 of Cobra Kai.
Oh,
they do
is he a Force Ghost in season 5?
No, he's not as Force Ghost, but they do some AI stuff. And
I got you as flashbacks. Yeah, got you.
So with that, steaming.
Nope. Snap.
Oh.
I do not.
Only the second steaming so far of the show. All right, on June 6th, we have a movie from the John Wick universe starring DeMoss. I can't remember her first name. Anyway, it's left me. Ballerina, which I think supposed to take place between John Wick 3 and John Wick 4. I flipping love the John Wick movies. Screening all day long, and if it's good, I'll see it twice. I just love the directors and the action scenes they do in these movies. I just think they're so top notch, and so far the trailer really got me excited about it. So I am for sure screening this one.
Were you trying to say Ana de Armas?
Yeah, that too. Yes. Damas, de Armas. Yeah. What? Anyway,
the only reason I would go see this movie.
Yeah. And if you've seen John Wick 2 and 3, there's this history of the ballerina troops who you find out are kind of being trained as assassins anyway. So I think it's a really interesting story, an interesting take on that. So, screening for me. Chris?
Streaming for me. The last couple of John Wick movies I just streamed. I don't really feel like I need to take the time to see it in the theater. I mean, I do enjoy them. They're basically like, guilty pleasures at this point, but like I said, I'll put Ana de Armas up there, right there with Vanessa Kirby. I'll watch her paint a room for 2 hours. So, yes, I'll stream it, but I don't need to see it on the screen.
Tell me.
All right, so my turn. Marty, what did you say?
I said screening. We have a screening, okay. And then a streaming.
Is Ballerina, Tony.
I know it's Ballerina.
Hold me closer, tiny
trailer. Chris, I'm sorry. I'm delaying here, trying to make
screening.
You're screening.
Streaming. Sorry, streaming.
Streaming. Okay.
Yeah. Boy, you're really thinking about it over there. You're not even so. Tony's our note taker for the night of who's doing what. So.
Well, no, I'm sitting here trying to justify the fact that I've never seen John Wick completely through.
Oh,
so
this makes no sense to you.
I watched the trailer and I'm like, why does he have to come back? Why does he have to? I mean, it's in the trailer. Why has he got a shooter? I don't understand. I understand this gold coin. Steaming. I don't need to see it.
If you only seen one,
I haven't even seen one. I've seen half of one.
Then don't see this at all, because there is a whole universe, John Wick universe around the assassins and stuff that you would make no sense whatsoever.
Kill his puppy, steal his car. Yeah, I got you. I mean, the guy from Game of Thrones is in it. Yeah, okay, whatever.
There's a whole
in Deadwood. The guy from Deadwood.
Oh, yeah, the guy from Deadwood. Yep.
So this is another one where
and
I have woefully not seen a single minute of a John Wick film, and it's not because I don't want to.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen a John Wick, and it's not because I love Keanu Reeves is one of the coolest humans, like not even actors, just coolest humans out there, and how good he really is as a human and just a person out there. You want to support everything he does. The movies are just obviously they're great, but I just haven't seen any of them. And this one I just thought was going to be just a straight kind of not spin-off. But now all of a sudden there's trailers. Like, it's so hard to find actual trailers for things sometimes. Like, I searched for a couple movies on this list, and all I got were fake trailers. And I had to make sure that I'm like, wait, Keanu's in this one? Is this a fake trailer? I had to figure out whether that was like supposed to be a surprise or what's. Again, it took me out of it. Like, I was hoping for a new spin on the same universe, and then I got Keanu in there. I'm like, all right, well, obviously I haven't seen any of them, so steaming. And by steaming, I mean, I'm just not going to watch it. I don't think it's going to be crap. I think it's just, I'm just not going to watch it.
Yeah, that's why I'm
again. Yeah. If you haven't seen any John Wicks, there's no need to see this one whatsoever. But I highly recommend watching the John Wick series.
Yeah, it's on the list.
You need to at least see the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if it grabs you, you'll keep going, because it ends up being a full story, and they kind of flow one into another. All right, next up is Elio. Pixar movie, right?
Yep,
And Chris is kicking us off with this one. Coming out June 13th.
Yeah, Elio is, it looks really interesting to me. It seems like another, I mean, it's interesting that it's coming out the same time as Lilo and Stitch, because it's got another freaky alien making, friends with a kid. And now this one, of course, is Pixar Studios and not necessarily just Disney Animation Studios. So, I don't know. I think they might cannibalize each other a little bit this summer, which is unfortunate. But anyway, the story revolves around this kid who just wants to be abducted by aliens. Like, he is obsessed with it. And he doesn't really have any friends. He's, his mother's in the military, and so he's on a military base. And then he ends up getting a message out, and I can't remember the alien's name, Galordo or something like that. He hears the message and visits and makes friends with Elio. Elio goes to the other planet. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. But however, it is unfortunate that it's out at the same time as Lilo and Stitch, in my opinion.
Yep. So what are you going to do with it?
I'm going to stream it. I don't need to see this on the screen, but it's one that, I'll like Inside Out 2. I didn't see it on the screen, but I streamed it later. And, it was really a good movie. I like the Pixar movies. I usually, unless it was another like Incredibles, I probably wouldn't go see it on the screen. But this one looks like it's got a lot of heart too, and the trailer's got some hilarious moments in it. Like at the very end, he goes, "I'm not fireproof," and the alien goes, "Well, why didn't you mention that?" It's just, I think that's hilarious. So I'll stream it. Yeah.
Tony?
All right. So for me, I think I'm going to stream it as well. Believe it or not, I mean, in Inside Out, enjoyed that movie. I think there's a lot of little humor in here, little enough to make me smile, to, make me not, one of those movies that just makes you feel good, And believe it or not, it's sad. Rebecca, my daughter, when she was growing up, she had to wear a patch on her eye as well.
Oh, so, well, there you go.
Well, and that whole thing, I'm like, does he have a black eye? I go, oh no, that's a patch. So when we were watching the trailer, she and I were saying, oh, look at that. That's kind of, and so, kind of hits a little close to home with that. So I thought, okay, we'll definitely stream that. So streaming for me, Marty.
Cool. Dan.
So when I saw the name on here, I hadn't even heard of it. And I watch a lot of trailers all the time. And I hadn't even heard of it until I saw the name on your list. And I searched for it and I looked at the synopsis and I was like, And then I watched the trailer and I was by the end of it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. So it just has that formula. Like I think a lot of what Pixar has been going for of late has been really just kind of like out there statements, like what are we doing here? But now you get back to kind of like buddy, the buddy movies of the kids' buddy movies, and this has a lot of heart. I don't know if it'll cannibalize because Chris, you don't have young kids, but
they'll see everything. I know
they'll see everything, and then you're looking for stuff to do with them constantly. And in the summer, it's double that. So there'll be plenty of people going to see both of those movies. And this one really, really grabbed my attention. But again, I'm going to go streaming. I was really waffling back and forth between screening and streaming here, but I'm going to go with streaming. Even though, like I said, unlimited time and money, like you just can't screen everything, but this really looks like a good one, and I'll go streaming for this one.
All right, and for me, I haven't seen a Pixar movie in quite a while. I never saw Inside Out 1, 2. I've kind of gotten out of that loop. So for me, it's going to be steaming, not because I think it looks bad. I think it looks cute. I just don't know that I'll ever find the time or sit down and watch it. So, and it's one of those things that I don't have the kids lying around anymore that's going to watch that. They're probably they would be more apt to watch what's something else on our list, or like Ballerina over what what this one is. Yeah. So
well, and having daughter, like I think me and Tony having daughters kind of has a thing that not that sons wouldn't want to watch this too, but I think there's just a generality. Like I'm definitely know my daughter will want to watch this with me for sure.
Just like we have the live action Lilo and Stitch coming the same time as Elio, same day. How to Train Your Dragon live action. Tony, you are first.
All right, here we go again. This is absolutely going to be one that I will screen, people.
Get out of here. Wow.
I love How to Train Your Dragon. It is one of my favorite movies. I think that for live action, we talk about how well Beauty and the Beast, what you were saying, just how good those dragons are going to look on the screen and how the actors, just the one trailer where he's, holding his hand out so that the dragon can touch him. It just, that movie resonates. Yes. It's just like, please, please. And then the actors, the Vikings, I think this will be very funny. They're going to be very true to it. And the CGI with the dragons is going to be incredible. So I got to go see this in the theater. Got to.
It's the same dad too. It's the same dad from the movie that's playing the dad in the.
And that is Tony's first screening. Wow.
Ooh,
all right, Dan.
Wow. Really? Mm-hmm. All right. So, How to Train Your Dragon was one of my favorite animated movies. We're all fantasy geeks. We love dragons, and this is another great story of, again, kind of a dork that's got no friends that finds like his best friend. When this trailer first dropped about 6 months ago, it was terrible. It should never have been put out there. It looked so bad. It looked like all they did was put the animated Toothless into a trailer, and it was the same textures and everything. Then they worked out so right after that, they had like a behind the scenes where Toothless was running around the set. That looked better than the trailer that they showed. And then they went back and they've really worked on the textures. And Tony, like you said, the dragons look amazing, and Toothless looks amazing to me on the latest footage that I've seen. I can't wait to screen this one for sure. It looks great. I really can't wait to see this story play out on the screen with this one.
Like y'all, How to Train Your Dragon is one of my favorite all-time animated movies. That's one of the ones that just blew me away. I was not expecting it to be that good and absolutely loved it. However, I was one of those that's like, why do I need a live action? There's no way. I'm worried about, can you really recapture that magic that the animated have? And because I like it so much, I'm gonna stream it because I want to see. But I'm cautiously optimistic for me, because I don't want it to taint my experience I had with the animated movie.
But it'll be hard. So now if you stream it, unless they put it out right away, you won't be able to get those riding the dragon moments like you did with like Avatar and things like that. So, think of what that's going to look like in a theater, when the first couple of rides too. That's exhilarating. True. And again, maybe not for us too, like the the new generation of kids going to watch this hopefully really brings it to them. But sorry, I'm pontificating here.
No, yeah, and it's like I've started so at Universal in Florida, their Epic Universe stuff is starting to open up, and they have a How to Train Your Dragon section. Have you seen the one with the Boston Dynamics robot? They have it looking like a little dragon, and it jumps around in the park. It's like holy cow! So I really want to go to that park and see that section anyway. But anyway, yeah. So for me, it's going to be streaming. Chris.
Steam.
Wow. Okay.
No,
did you not like the original?
I never saw any of them. I have no desire to see them.
Okay.
Sorry, I just
that's okay.
Just missed me. I mean, the trailer looks cool. Okay, maybe a little harsh. I'll probably stream it. I mean, let's be honest.
No, stick to your guns. Everyone's allowed to be wrong every now and then.
Yeah. All right, fine. I'm gonna leave it steaming then, just for y'all.
I mean, if you have, it's kind of like us. Steaming doesn't mean, and that's something people need to understand as they've listened to this. Steaming doesn't mean we think it's going to be a bad movie. It just means we have no interest
doesn't necessarily
mean.
We'll say if we think it's going to be a bad movie.
Yeah, we will say it, but you're right. It's usually reflecting that we have no interest in seeing it. So yes,
right. Yeah. Not that maybe a movie coming up soon might be one where we may say that. But yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see. Right. Is it going to be this one that's on June 27th? You got Brad Pitt on the screen racing in some F1 cars with F1. Damn.
So I'm kind of in here. Like, I love Days of Thunder meets Top Gun feel that it has going on. But I'm not sure I care enough to watch it in the theater. Like, some of the action, just like riding your dragon, there's kind of that action where you're in the driver's seat look to the trailer and stuff. And Brad Pitt he's gotten funnier and like very, very, his charisma's coming out more and more as he's getting older too. I just can't bring myself to want to screen it. This is a streaming for me. I mean, I definitely want to see it, but I definitely want to wait to see it.
Got it. So for me, I was torn too. I think it's one of those that in the theater, I bet it's going to be a cool experience. Because I've seen some behind the scenes of some of the actual, you know what? I'm going to say this. I don't know that I'll end up doing it, but I'm going to say screening strictly because I know they've put a lot of time into the racing aspect and capturing that feel, and it's not going to translate at home. So I might want to just see it in the theater to capture the racing feel, like you guys talked about with flying on the dragon.
Exactly.
I think I want to see this in the F1 car. So I'll say screening, but I probably won't.
Wait a minute, what is that? S1.5? I mean, I'm using the acronym here, so this is kind of like a foot in the
make
movie.
It S2. Make it S2. Make it streaming.
Well, there's definitely some that I'm saying that I'm screening, but there's no way I'm getting to the theater to see them. You know what I mean? So, however you want it.
Yeah. So are you not? So do you want to go to the theater and see it or not? Yes or no?
Yes, go say yes. I like Brad Pitt.
Okay. You like Brad Pitt's in this. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Brad Pitt plus Formula One racing seems pretty darn cool. However, they are revisiting Days of Thunder. And I would much rather see that in the theater than the F1. So therefore I would say mine's going to be streaming.
I really just hope they don't do that trope though. My best friend becomes my biggest enemy. Like really hope that other guy doesn't go to the other team or whatever. In that,
well, it's kind of.
I was hoping more of a Top Gun meets Days of Thunder is what I was hoping.
Yeah, and I think it looks cool. I love racing, but I'm not going to this theater to see it. I'll wait.
All right, okay. Tony.
Oh, now for me, I'm going to have to say this is a steaming pile of crap. There is no way that this is going to be good. I mean, the name cannot bring the people in. All you're going to do is basically. They were just shaking the camera to make you get that racy feel and make you feel sick and nauseous. This is going to suck big time, in my opinion, and it's correct. So I'm just telling you, it's the same freaking thing we've seen over and over. Put it behind it. I actually thought this was going to be based on the video game Forza. Or something that.
Well, and that was Gran Turismo just came out like last year.
Yeah, Gran Turismo.
So they've done this a lot. Like Gran Turismo, what is it? Ford versus Ferrari,
which was good. That was a good movie, and I saw it in the theater.
But there's a lot of these type movies that they just they're kind of just become so niche. Like, is this really where this one should be? Like a summer tentpole? This almost feels like an early year one to get that niche kind of people to go to it.
This is a straight to DVD, not even streaming, to DVD. No one wants to watch it.
Okay. Wow. I guess he's not drafting that one.
Man, he's fired up about that one.
Yeah, seriously.
On July
little
2nd,
entertainment.
On July 2nd, Chris Pratt's had enough with dinosaurs, so let's bring in Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
With Jurassic World Rebirth. And I saw the first Chris Pratt one. I did not see the next ones. I probably will not see this one, so it's going to be steaming for me. And it may be great. It's just that I've kind of lost. It's like, for me, how much more can you do with bringing dinosaurs back and they get loose and attack people? Because it all seems to be the same to me. So for me, it's going to be steaming. Chris?
In my opinion, they can do it infinitely. I love to see dinosaurs eat people. Sorry. It's just my thing. It's my jam. However, that said, I will stream this one because I don't think there's any reason I need to see it on the big screen. However, I will watch it when it comes out on streaming for sure.
Done.
So I was watching the trailer on this and I was like, wow, this is interesting. I was like, okay, it's cool. They've got various instincts going. Oh, they're going back to the original world. How's this going to change? And I kept watching. I kept thinking, this is one big pile of steaming dinosaur crap. So steaming for me.
Just like the first movie, the big pile of steaming dinosaur crap.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. So this is interesting because I keep waffling back and forth because the 13-year-old in me just loves dinosaurs and wants to see as many dinosaurs, kind of like Transformers. I want to see them all on the TV screen, in a movie screen that I can see. I just want to see them all.
And sometimes there's Transformers who are dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's right. See?
Yeah, there you go.
Worlds collide there.
Yeah.
So, and it's Gojo. And to be honest, so Marty, like the last trilogy that was, the first one was really good, the one with Chris Pratt. The second one was terrible. And the third one, when they brought like everybody back and went back to whatever island it was, and they even had Goldblum, that one was really surprisingly good. But I don't know if I care about this one to see it at screening. I mean, the dinosaurs have me. I mean, I'm in. I'm going to stream the heck out of this one as soon as it's available. I just don't think I care enough to go to the theater for it, but 1 million people will. So that's good for them.
Yeah.
And I agree with you, Dan, that, I enjoyed the last one too. When they brought everybody back, I felt it had some good scenes to it and it kept me entertained, but they've gone back way too many times.
All right. For all those who are listening, I hope you've had a little potty break or whatever, because buckle up with the next two movies. I don't know how long this is going to take, but here we go. Starting July 11th.
Is this an intermission?
Okay.
Am I needed for the next two? Am I needed for the next two?
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Here we go. Superman. And Chris, you get to kick us off.
I'm surprised
Dan's
that
wearing a
Dan's
Superman
wearing a
t-shirt.
Superman t-shirt. I don't have a Superman t-shirt. But anyway, so man, where do I start with this movie? This movie's gonna rock. This movie looks freaking amazing. Like I said, when the first trailer comes out, you'll believe a dog can fly. That's all I can say is like just the for them to go back and for James Gunn to kind of take the reins for the new DC, whatever they're calling it, DCEU. I don't even know what they call it anymore, but
the gun U.
The gun U.
is fine with me.
The gun U. But to take that and with everything that's happened with Superman in the past and to just start again and go with like this light, bright, airy, like almost cheerful, even though there's scenes in the trailer that are like, Superman's hurt. We've got, kind of a very menacing Lex. I mean, we got freaking Nathan Fillion. To have Guy Gardner in the film is already going to be dark enough, but it's it just looks incredible. So this is one that I'm 100% going to screen on day one. This makes me believe in Superman again.
Wow. Nice. Tony.
All right. This is one big pile of kryptonite. I'm kidding. I'm
I
kidding.
was gonna say,
I was gonna walk away.
But I will be honest. I will stream this one. I have no care for this one. I won't see the Green Lantern thing a little bit. That's the only reason why I will go stream it. I have no desire to go screen this movie. I just have no faith in the DC universe or any film that they're coming out with. So, but I will stream it. So with that, I'm going to push my mic away, go for potty bait calls. Dan is now on the mic, everybody, for 10 more minutes. Here we go.
So I would like to first point out and say to everybody, happy Superman Day a few days late, because it was just a couple of days ago. And as the resident DC apologist to the bone, I couldn't be more excited for this movie. It's so hard for them to do Superman right, and I know it's impossible. Like, again, I mentioned it earlier, somebody who really, somebody is just so powerful that you have to find reasons to bring, like the Hulk and Thor, you have to find reasons to ground them a little bit. But I really hope that they can pull that off. This to me is Guardians of Krypton or Guardians of the Daily Planet. However, it's going to have that humor to it because it is James Gunn. I'm sure it'll have a good story. And they're bringing in All-Star Superman, a lot of things that they pulled from the animated universe and from other good movies. So hopefully he brings in good stories. They had that 4 or 5. I want to try to not watch trailers when it's a movie I really want to watch, but I can't stop when they put something like they put that 4 or 5 minute featurette with the robots. And we heard, spoiler, Alan Tudyk is a robot, so we have all this stuff in there that was just so good. I mean, it's just, everything's coming. There's almost, again, it's like the usual thing. There's almost too much that they might, that's my fear, is there might be too much things that they're going to try to cover. Because you see, even in the trailers, this villain, that villain, this hero.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's so much going on. I really just hope they stick to landing, because if there's one thing that's famous, Man of Steel. Man of Steel, if you watch it up to about the halfway point, the movie is a 10. Like up to about when his dad dies, like right around then is when it's such a good movie. When we start getting into the Zod stuff, it really just kind of scutters a little bit and doesn't stick the landing. I really hope James Gunn can stick the landing, because frankly, the rest of my DC universe is riding on this. Like, I really want him to do good, because I mean, if you can get good, a bunch of good DC movies culminating in like a Justice League, again, when we were talking about earlier, like the B-listers, let me get me to the Justice League, and then the Justice League Unlimited, where we get the extra people that nobody's ever heard of, or people maybe heard of, but they didn't get in there. Because this movie is going to bring out, the blue and the gold. Do we get a
I was going to say, that's what I want. Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. 100%.
I mean, obviously that's probably supposed to be just a Max show, but I mean, this is going to really tell what you're going to get in the future. So I'm going to absolutely screen this, probably like 3 times in the first weekend, just how much I really want to see it. Because I mean, again, I live, breathe, and die Superman and Green Lantern, and having the two of them together, I really hope, I mean, I've had my things in the past about the way Nathan Fillion looks as Guy Gardner. It's a little weird seeing him like that, but fine. I'll suspend disbelief, and I'll have faith in Gunn, faith in Fillion, but I cannot wait for this one. And sorry, Tony, I could talk for another 10 minutes about how
I know you could,
but I'll leave it to you guys. So,
but you made an excellent point when you said, so I watched the trailer. It confused the hell out of me. I had no clue. Why are there robots holding him down? I have no freaking clue. That's what lost me.
We can talk about why that happened after the show.
Okay. It had me with the dog. It lost me with the robots. So there you go. Marty, your turn. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. So when that first trailer dropped, I was super pumped. I thought, he's going to put crypto in there. But that first shot of crypto I thought was absolutely amazing. And I thought, the one iconic scene for me is when it's the quick dash to save the girl and he turns. I just think that shot is just so good. So I got super excited. I think Nicholas Hoult is going to be really great. Then they dropped the trailer, the longer trailer of him in the snow. And crypto and just comes out and just jumps all over him. And I got a little, it's like, I know James Gunn is going to have humor in it. I just hope I hope he finds that balance. I don't want Guardians of the Galaxy humor.
Right.
I want it a little bit less and Superman treated a little bit more seriously.
Well, the thing I thought was good about that is because it's like, think about how a dog would react.
Sure. No,
that's what I thought was interesting about it. Like, he's not just going to be like a, chiseled out of stone hero. Oh, let me just. He's going to be like, oh,
he's a dog.
My owner's home. He wants.
Yeah.
I want to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to remember too. So, spoiler for anybody that doesn't know like the backstory. Crypto is not Superman's dog. He's Supergirl's dog.
Right.
So that might come into play too.
More than likely, because
Yeah.
I think they cast Supergirl.
Oh yeah, they're already filming it. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So they've got the whole Lobo thing, in it. And I don't think he's going to be. I don't think Jason Momoa is going to be in it a whole lot. But Lobo will be in it and be in the Supergirl. So we may get a cameo for either one or both of those in this because they said there's going to be some cameos or post credit scenes.
I'm super looking forward to Lobo. So yeah, I'm also huge Nathan Fillion fan. The bowl cut, that quick shot, I went, ugh. Anyway, so no, I'm super excited. Tony's already marked it down for me. 100%. I'll be screening it because you're right. This springboards the rest of the DC movies, and if this fails, we're done. I don't know that Warner Brothers is going to stick around and keep putting much into it.
It'll be like 10 years before we see another DC movie.
Exactly.
If James Gunn is jetted.
Yep, exactly. All right, so wow, and then in July, let's talk about another superhero movie. This time from Marvel, Fantastic Four. Tony, you're up first here.
I'm going to yield my time to Dan Patrice, and I'm just going to say this is a steaming pile of Thing doo-doo. This was so. I watched this and I was like, I can't get past. I'm sorry. I'm not being this way, but Silver Surfer, come on. I just have and when I
we
saw
have theories, we'll get to it.
Yeah. I think I'm with you with the theories.
I don't care about theories. It's not my Silver Surfer. Number two, I think back to Dan talking about the original Captain America CGI with the little head with the Thing. That looks so pathetic. And I had the original, book version of the first Fantastic Four. So I know how it's supposed to look. I'm sorry. I'm going on. I've already yielded. Dan, your turn. S3. It's steaming.
So here's the thing about Fantastic Four. I don't know if they're ever going to be able to pull off a good Fantastic Four movie. And again, when I talked about waffling, I'm going to do this again because after that first trailer, I was like, this is awful. But the one they just put out this week has some things that have me a little bit more intrigued. Now, Tony, I am with you about the CG. All they did was take whatever they did to Smart Hulk and put a little bit of a thing little screen on because it looks exactly like the movements that Mark Ruffalo made when he was Smart Hulk. It looks exactly the same. However, there's something kind of cool about it. Like the voice goes with it, the cooking, like there's some definite heart there. The problems that I have is that, dude, we're introducing Franklin Richards, possibly the most powerful mutant ever to be in a Marvel universe. We're going to do that. Is that how we're getting a Secret Wars? Because we had to just tease Franklin. I mean, that stuff is just weird. So I don't know what we're going to get out of this. I really don't know if the world is ever going to like a Fantastic Four is probably one of the first families of comics. And yet they just don't translate well into the big screen. Now I'm going to, what did I put? I did say screen. So I'm on board to go watch this. I just don't, again, I really hope they kind of stick the landing because it's a different feel to the movie than they have brought, like just the whole filming of it and kind of the way the families, the guy that plays, we love the guy anyway from Stranger Things, but the guy that plays Johnny Storm, he's great. He's really good at that part. So that's kind of the way these people have brought their parts to it has brought me back from steam. Like you asked me a month ago, I'm steaming, but now I'm screening. I'm in.
Wow. All right. So for me, I liked the overall look of the film. I love the 60s futuristic, like art deco thing. I thought it has the style looks good with the latest trailer. I love the color grading. It's bright. It's more blues and stuff. So it looks different than any other Marvel film. I don't like Pedro Pascal being cast. After I've seen John Krasinski play that role, all I see with Pedro is Joel from Last of Us because I just watched it tonight. So
doesn't it feel forced when he makes his lines in these trailers? Like they feel forced. He's the only one that I don't really believe.
He doesn't strike me as the smartest man alive for that role. And the thing with Johnny Storm is I've already read that actor has said, we're going to tone him down. He's not going to be as cocky and not as much of a womanizer. I'm like, that's his thing. Don't like make him less brazen. That was the good part of him being the way he is, and everybody else is the way. So I don't know. I'm very cautious. I will screen it. Tony, the female Silver Surfer, I totally think this is a setup. This is a multiverse. And I honestly believe that that's just to set this up. And I hope and pray that Norrin Rad is in the regular, our MCU. Right. And this is just the Fantastic Four is going to come from this universe and come to ours. And I hope that's where we see Norrin Rad.
Yeah, because that's not even supposed to be Norrin Rad, I don't think. I think it's not like it's a female Norrin Rad. It's a different.
No, it's Sheila Ball.
It's a different one. Yeah. It's a different. And I understand that. But what is Doctor Strange going to do some circle stuff to bring the universes together? What's going to happen?
No,
almost guaranteed something like that will happen 100%.
Oh, good God. Oh, dang. Oh, Chris, go for it. Please save.
All right, Chris, your turn, man.
The whole blackboard in the trailer that Reed's working on is all about a wormhole. Reed's gonna do it. He invents everything. Oh. So it's like, for the past probably 15 years, I have said consistently the only way they can pull off Fantastic Four is set in the 60s. Because it's goofy. It's gonna be a little goofy, but that aesthetic that they built around this world, this alternate 60s, that is just the whole aesthetic just blows me away. As excited as Dan is about Superman, I am buying 2 tickets for the first day of Fantastic Four. I'm going to watch them 1 in the morning, go and have some dinner, and watch the late night one.
I'm telling you, Feige listens to our show, Chris.
Well,
he definitely listens. Because I think we even said it here on this show. So he definitely listens to Rolling Dice and Taking Names too.
So go ahead.
No, you. It's your turn.
I personally like the way that Ben Grimm looks because it's the first time they've actually had a comic accurate Ben Grimm on screen. Most of the other Ben Grimms that have been done just looks stupid. They've got all the quirkiness that builds the Fantastic Four into what the Fantastic Four is. Even the shot of the Fantastic Car racing through the streets and stuff. I'm like, this aesthetic is perfect. And yes, it's not going to translate for everybody because Fantastic Four is a very specific kind of niche of the Marvel Universe. Back when they were introduced in the 60s, obviously, it made perfect sense because the 60s were just the 60s. To bring it into a modern, audience, they have to do it this way, and I think that they are doing it the right way. Anyway, of course, like I said, I'm going to screen this twice in the first day, so that's just me, because they're my team.
Nice.
They're my family.
And I think they didn't even really... I don't think they've even revealed who the real villains. I think all this stuff that they're revealing is all like outer.
Well, obviously they have Galactus as Shadow, but we don't know anything yet.
Right, but I don't even think there's Galactus supposed to be like the main threat. I think we got some Mole Man type stuff or somebody else John Malkovich is going to be in there too.
That's the current theory. Is either going to be Mole Man or it's going to be the Red Ghost on the moon.
Yeah.
But that's just goofy Fantastic Four stuff, which I think they're going to need to embrace,
Do you see Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom in this at any point in time?
Possibly.
Oh, I bet you that's a post-credit scene.
Oh, probably.
Galactus is the post-credit scene, or because you got to get Victor somehow. Isn't Victor so, tied to them that you got to
He's supposed to be tied super close to Reed, and in order for them to pull it off, I think they have to introduce him at some point.
Yeah.
All right, y'all have convinced me. I'll go back. I'm going to stream it.
We changed
got
his mind.
It was Chris's argument. Chris, you argued. You're right. I read the book version of the Fantastic Four, which had all the originals in it, and yes, it reflects. It resonates with me. So fine.
Nice.
Yes.
Got Tony up to a streaming.
All right. Perfect.
Streaming. All right, next up, we're now into August. We got 3 movies left. It's been since the 80s since we had a Naked Gun, so why not have Liam Neeson come back and take on the lead role in the from Police Squad, the new Naked Gun on big screen? Dan.
So again, I'm torn. So are we going to get a watered down comedy, or because Marty, you kind of alluded to it with Johnny Storm, are we going to get a watered down comedy, or are they going to go for the gusto, actual Naked Gun? I don't know what we're going to get out of this one, but Liam Neeson he's absolutely dying to be a comedic actor. I think we've talked about it on the Geek All Stars in the past, where that skit he did. I don't know if it was with Warwick Davis and with Ricky Gervais and with Stephen Merchant.
Yep,
that's hilarious. I mean,
or when he's buying tricks in Ted 2.
Yeah. Oh my! And he's
that is hilarious.
And he has a cameo in Deary Girls that's really funny. Yep. So I mean, he's just dying to be funny. So go ahead, man.
Go ahead. No, you finish.
No, I watched the trailer and I just couldn't believe how I thought it was pretty funny. But I'm gonna stream this one. I don't think I really. It's not that I don't care enough. I just don't want to take the chance of it not landing, and it's just all like corny jokes, like Naked Gun. Maybe I was wrong. I thought they really pushed the envelope in Naked Gun, didn't they? I mean, I don't think they're going to do that in this day and age. I would hope they do.
It was a very special brand of comedy with the Zucker brothers. So they just, they were very much into the puns and some of the visual, humor and the physical humor. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll lean into that. I mean,
they may go for the low-hanging fruit because they already made an OJ joke in the trailer, which was pretty funny. Yeah. But again, I'll stream it. I hope it's as funny as I want it to be.
So I'm a huge negative. Oh, so first about the Liam Neeson thing, I rewatched that bit with him and Warwick Davis and Ricky Gervais, and I just die every time I watch it. It's like, okay, you're coming to a doctor, knock knock. What's the problem? I have AIDS. AIDS really isn't a funny bit. It's just the whole thing is so funny. Anyway,
well, they do the joke that what's his name? Oh my God, the guy that does the thing on SNL with George Washington, Nate Bargatze.
Oh, Nate Bargatze, yeah.
They do like an old Nate Bargatze joke because Liam Neeson says, "Well, how come you get away from it?" And he goes, "Nobody knows."
Okay, so I was like, I don't need this. I watched Naked Gun on Police Squad. I watched Police Squad on TV, watched all the Naked Gun movies, big fan of the brothers from Airplane, etc. And so I was like really worried about this. Then I saw the trailer and they dropped the OJ joke at the end. I'm like, Dan, if you're going to do Naked Gun, you better go all in. And if you pull it back and make it too PC, then it's not Naked Gun at all. It's like, when in the Naked Gun movie, when Priscilla Presley goes up,
nice
up the ladders, nice beaver. Thanks. I just had it stuffed. It pulls down a bit. I mean, it's got to be that edge of raunchy in order to really match. So I'm going to go see it. The trailer convinced me. I will go see it in the theater and just fingers crossed that it's a real Naked Gun movie. But I don't think the Zucker brothers have anything to do with it, which concerns me.
I don't think so either. They'll be just channeling the Zucker brothers as long as they do it right. My personal opinion is I'll stream this one. I don't really need to see it on the big screen, even though I saw all the Naked Guns in the theater. But that was back, in the 90s? The late 80s, early 90s, when I went to see almost everything. So, but yeah, I'll stream it. I think it's got a lot of promise. I think Liam Neeson is just really hilarious, and I'll love to watch him kind of lean into it.
Tony.
All right. So I put the trailers on, like I was watching them with my daughter and son-in-law, and I started this. They could not stop laughing from the start of it. I'm like, interesting. I go, y'all have never seen the original Naked Guns? And they're like, no. From the time he takes off the little girl mask and then did all the things with the lollipop, that was hitting home with them. And I'm like, how is this working? They had no clue about the OJ joke.
Oh, well, of course not. Yeah.
Of course not. Yeah. But that hits home with me, like y'all were talking about. So I will stream this. I will not go to the theater unless I am hearing nothing about the praises of how funny it is. I would go see it if it was one of those good, belly chuckling laughs or something like that, and that you need to go to the theater. But right now I am in the streaming camp for this one.
So, it's been so long since there's just been a pure comedy released. I just hope I would love it for this movie to do well. And it's like, oh, Hollywood goes, oh, you guys just like pure comedies. No subtext or anything. Just come in and laugh. I miss those type of movies.
Is this a big studio, or is this kind of like that kind of may have something to do with it, whether or not they go for it or not.
I'm not even sure. But maybe you'll laugh at this next movie coming out in August. Hey, did you like Freaky Friday back? What would have been the 90s?
It would have been forever ago, yeah.
Well, Lindsay Lohan and
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Good thing.
Yep.
They're back for Freakier Friday. So I loved the first movie. I thought it was great. I don't know. I think they're probably trying to bring back that nostalgia. I may stream it just out of curiosity, but that's about the max of it. But if I hear it's like really bad, I won't even watch it. But sitting where it is right now, I may just, hey Vanessa, you want to watch this? Yeah, we like the first one. Let's see what we think of it. So, streaming for me. Chris.
By the way, before I give my steaming or whatever, it's Naked Guns by Paramount Pictures. So
Okay.
big studio. Anyway, so this one, I don't know. I'm on the fence between streaming and steaming. I remember watching the first one, and it was pretty funny. I just don't know how they're going to recapture that for this particular kind of, well, quote unquote franchise. I mean, it's not really a franchise, it's 2 movies, but I don't know. What was the one? Oh, the one that was even better than this whole thing was Freaky. Did you guys see Freaky with
Yes.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
That movie's awesome. Now that's how you do a Freaky Friday kind of thing, because it worked really, really well. And of course,
That's the
this
one
one's
about the
supposed
murder,
to be
right?
Yeah. Now, of course, this one's a comedy, so you can't really go that kind of way. Even though Freaky was a dark comedy, and I thought they did a really good job with that. I think that I'll probably end up streaming it eventually, but I'm in no rush to get to it.
Tony.
All right. So for me, I'm so Lindsay Lohan fell out of good graces a long time ago. Now she's back doing everything, right? So, okay. I was just curious. I was surprised that this was coming out. I didn't believe when I saw this that I had to go watch this trailer about this, and I was a little confused by, they're doing. We had some chuckles. We laughed a little bit, but I'm like, I do not need to see this in the theater, but I don't think it's going to be a steaming pile, so therefore I may screen it.
Screen it.
Wow.
I'm not screening. I'm sorry, stream it. Stream it.
Okay.
I am not going. You are not getting my money out of that. Yeah, I will.
Right now, only one movie's getting your money. So
at the theater, yeah. I'm going to stream this.
So, Tony, Lindsay has gotten herself back by being like off Hallmark movie, like almost off Broadway, but off Hallmark without being in Hallmark. Like the ones that want to be Hallmark movies is how she's gotten herself back in. And she barely looks like herself anymore because she's had so much work done that she's almost unrecognizable. She's still very, very, very pretty, but she's very unrecognizable. But she's been doing pretty good in that kind of role, those actress roles. Anyway, that being said, this has some laughs. It looks cute. It'll probably be a little bit funny, but not for me. And I actually like Hallmark movies, but this is still steaming for me. I'm sure my wife this will be another one of these movies where when I go back to work at night for the next 3 hours, and my wife's got to do something, she'll stream it, but I'm not going to watch this one. So I love Jamie Lee Curtis too, but I just could care less about this one.
And the last one on our list, which is also a sequel coming out the 15th of August, Bob Odenkirk comes back for Nobody 2.
Does indeed. So if you're not familiar with Nobody, the original Nobody,
that would be me.
Okay, well, I'll explain the whole plot.
You.
There's not a ton of it, but it's still fun. Hutch, Bob Odenkirk plays Hutch, an ex-government assassin who's now a suburban father, husband and father. Like you guys.
Yeah.
And so eventually he gets he just kind of
including the ex-assassin part too, Chris, like the rest of us,
like the rest of you
realize Rolling Dice Taking Names is really just a front for the ex-assassin government assassins that these guys are doing.
Exactly. Well, eventually he kind of loses his mind a little bit he gets pushed too far, start to lose it, gets embroiled once again with the whole assassin side of things. The end of the movie has one of the best gunfight scenes I've seen ever. Just fantastic. The original one is great.
With Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, with Christopher Lloyd, exactly, which you never expect, but it's like, it's just hilarious. And obviously he's going to return. Christopher Lloyd's going to return for this one too. He's in the trailer. It kind of falls into that John Wick kind of feel and universe, but it's got Bob Odenkirk, who you never expect to be like Keanu Reeves, but he totally is. Like, he plays the rage monster perfectly, in at least in the original movie. So Nobody 2, it looks pretty good. I did see the original Nobody in the theater. If I have time, since it's one of the last ones of the summer, I may go to see this in the theater as well. So I'll go ahead and say screening for this one for me.
Okay, tell me. Okay.
All right. Well, I appreciate the synopsis, Chris, and the elevator pitch here. And based on that pitch, it's still steaming. So, because I never saw Nobody, I didn't even know what this was about. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure, maybe I'll go YouTube the gunfight so I can at least appreciate that without needing to appreciate the whole movie. But yeah,
it's worth it.
It's worth it. So for me, it's steaming simply because I have no interest in going to see it.
Dan?
I agree. Steaming. I'll keep it short. I don't really. I actually, I never saw the original. I tried to find a trailer for this one, and this is why I was like, I couldn't. All I could find were fake trailers, and I couldn't even.
There were
find
a lot of fake trailers.
So, I don't even know where the first one is streaming anymore. So I don't even care. So steaming.
Remember when I said I really like John Wick style movies, and I didn't see Nobody in the theater, and then I saw this at home, and I went, okay, that was a lot of fun. So because I like that style, and I was going to say streaming, but Chris makes a good point. This may be one of the last movies in a while I may want to see at the end of the summer. So I'm going to go ahead and put screening, just because it's a fun popcorn flick. So.
Absolutely.
Just the way you explained it makes me want to stream the original. So I may stream the original, but I'm still steaming. I'll keep this one steaming. But
it's a fun movie.
But you've explained it enough where I may want to go watch it someday.
It's a lot of fun.
It's different than John. It's not as serious as John Wick.
Right.
Like it's more
Bob Odenkirk.
Campy.
Because it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Right.
No, and then you bring Christopher Lloyd, and it's like, oh, okay, this isn't really meant to be taken seriously at all.
Yeah.
So, Tony, if you got our numbers on how well we did, you do down here. Look at you.
I know.
So,
go for it.
No surprise. I'm always screening the most. I love going to movies. So, I am going to 7 screenings. Dan has 6. Chris has 4. And as always, Tony's like, I may go see 1.
How to Train Your Dragon, right?
Yeah. But in all honesty, I said if I would go to movies, I will. But none of these interest me. And in the past few years, the movies have not really been something that I wanted to go to the big theaters and see. I'm sorry.
I feel like this is a year, like almost like a comeback year, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See how they do. Is this the year that can bring people back to the theater?
Well, the hard part is there's almost no theaters anymore. So around here, so many of them gone out of business. And then one of the only few ones, this one that me and Chris used to go to all the time to see them on Thursday, they're just awful. Like half the time the movie starts, there's no audio. You got to go tell somebody.
Well, Silver Spot's still good.
Right.
But that's over here on the other side of the moon.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think the movies are back. So hopefully this will be a good summer and bring some more movies back. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Marty.
I know. I think by far this is one of the best summer movie lineups we've had in years.
I would agree.
That's going to be coming out there, which is going to make the draft really interesting. So then going to the streaming stats. So we had Chris will stream 9, Tony 8, me 5, Dan 4, and for the steaming. And no surprise, Tony has 5 steamings. Dan has 4, which is a surprise.
Yeah,
I got 2, and Chris only has 1.
I'm a little more lenient on things, but hey. And mine, surprisingly enough, was How to Train Your Dragon. So everybody can send their hate mail to roll.
Oh, that's funny.
To anybody you want to here on the podcast.
I had 6 steaming last year. So last year was a weird year for me because I had more steaming than I had screening last year. So really weird.
And for those who are listening, hopefully we'll do what we did last year again. We'll have everybody back in the fall. We'll talk about the movies that we saw and see do we agree with our own rankings. All right, so
then we could talk about that trailer for Tron as well once the fall comes.
Yep. All right, so now it's time for the draft. And so as a reminder, what we're going to be doing is going to be drafting movies that we think is going to make the most in the domestic market. Remember, domestic, not global. It's a reverse order of how we finished last year, which means the order will be in the first round. It's Tony, Chris, me, and Dan. And it's a snake where Dan gets 2 picks And we'll go around like that. 3 rounds of the current movies we just talked about. 1 round of Dark Horse. And I will say, Tony, whatever you pick, I will say it very well could be. To me, there are 2 or 3 movies on here that might be the big box office winner, and I have no clue which one it is. So I'm glad I am not first or second.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I was thinking the same thing looking over that list. I'm like, I mean, y'all can make fun of, who I pick, but I'm like, man, there are some. Do you go with the geek heads, like the ones on here as I look at our who ranked, where's, what's all going to go screening? Or do I go with people going to the theater to take their family? And I'm going to lean in on that family money. And I am going to actually, believe it or not, I'm not going to pick Lilo. I'm going to pick How to Train Your Dragon. Okay. I'm going to go where I feel the strongest.
the one movie you're going to go see.
There you go. I told you, Tony, you got to go with your heart. And so, there you go.
How to Train Your Dragon is the first pick off the board, Chris.
Well, this is easy then. Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would say now my heart would say Fantastic Four, but I think Superman has a wider appeal. So I'm going to pick Superman.
Well, then this is going to make it super easy for me because it's depending on what you guys did. It will be Lilo and Stitch for me.
Oh, Marty.
Come on, dude. Lilo and Stitch might have been my first pick. If I had first pick, it might be Lilo and Stitch.
It was close. I almost took that as well, but I have to stick with Soups on this, especially if it's good.
Funny because last year that's kind of how it got to me, and I picked the 2 kids movies, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to win the draft right here with the 2 kids movies. But I can't do that. But what I can do is I can steal Fantastic Four, from everybody, which I will do, and then this makes it really interesting, because I know a lot of people are going to go. Man, I'm gonna leave a good one for you there, Marty. As much as I think we all screened or steamed this one, I've got to pick Jurassic World for this.
You didn't leave it for me because the last movie in 2022 made over 300 million domestic, and that was in a pandemic year. Yeah, I was hoping you was going to say leave it for me. He's going to leave me Jurassic World. That's a great pick, and now I'm stuck. Because I thought you was going to drop that one to me. Geesh. Okay, it's getting pretty bad now.
Yeah, it's getting a little in the dregs.
You know what? Dan does well with the children's movies. I don't have much faith in this, but it is a Pixar movie. It's probably going to have a lot of kids going to see it. Elio.
Ooh, so here, Marty, you could go back to the winner's circle with 2 kids movies.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's a good job right there.
If you hadn't have drafted it, I would have. Oh, great. Now, do I stick with Marvel or do I go with something else? Oh, man. I think Thunderbolts is going to be really good, but this is tough. Thunderbolts, MI, Karate Kid. Karate Kid's got, family appeal too. I don't know, man. Why don't I just stick with my comics and what I know? We'll go Thunderbolts.
There you go. So Tony coming in with 2 picks.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts isn't bad there. It's a good, decent pick.
It's all right.
Especially early on. I don't think, Marty, there's not a whole lot early on, right? When is the next big movie?
It's a big gap between Thunderbolts and Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, which is good because it gives them legs.
Is it the holiday or is it after the holiday? Is the holiday when everything comes or right after that? The Memorial Day. Is that when everything starts coming after Thunderbolts?
Oh, Memorial Day, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible.
Memorial Day.
Memorial.
Okay.
All right.
So Tony took Ballerina. Wow. I'm surprised at that one.
Wow.
Hey,
okay, then.
Ballerina on June 6th, people are going to want some killing. So I'm just saying.
That's true.
They're going to need that. And then we'll follow it up with a family feel-good underdog story with Karate Kid Legends.
Karate.
All right. Well, that makes my next pick fairly straightforward. I'll take MI.
Yep. Oh, Lord. This sucks. People go see a comedy. It won't be Freaky Friday. F1. I don't know. That is right before. Ooh.
That's your July 4 movie. I mean, it could be
July 4 is Jurassic World and Superman. Or it's Jurassic World. August movies never do good. I'll do F1.
Oh Jesus. This is the hardest part because there's just not enough movie.
So, Dan, it's Naked Gun, Freakier Friday, or Nobody 2.
Oh, you know which one you got to pick.
You got to know which one.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got to go with Naked Gun. I mean,
No, you don't. Freaky Friday.
No, I mean it's
Naked Gun.
I think Naked Gun has a chance maybe to bring in the late summer.
Yes.
Tired of superhero stuff.
I was torn between it and F1 because F1 is wedged in between some big movies. So
yeah,
I think that's a good pick.
I wanted to go off the board with, well, I mean, all these ones that are off the board are probably the also ran ones. Although some of these almost seem too popular to be also rans, to be honest. All right, so I'm going to go to also ran, like we talked about.
So this is the dark horse movies that we have not talked about yet.
You going to do back-to-back comedies right now?
No,
it's only one pick.
No, it's just
I know. After Naked Gun.
No, I'm going to go with a Stephen King joint.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a good one.
And I think it's going to be decent. I don't know anything about the story, but I think it's called The Life of Chuck.
Life of Chuck.
Yep. Dang it.
It's a good story.
That was on my list. Tom Hiddleston, and it's from Mike Flanagan.
Yep.
And it really, the trailer really grabbed me. Like another one where it's almost emotional just watching the trailer. Like you kind of know what you're in for. And they did whoever paid to make that trailer paid good money because they did a good job with that one.
I am torn between two because it was going to be Life of Chuck. So I'm now torn between two. Unfortunately, the one I'm going to go with it's a sequel, and the first time it came out, it did really well, but that's because it came out in January. So I'm going to go with Megan 2, but it is coming out in the middle of the summer, so it probably won't do as well. But the first one actually did pretty good in the theater. It made almost $100 million domestically.
This round should be called the round where Marty and Chris take horror movies and win every year.
I'm tempted to take the other real good horror movie here, but I also have this is a tough one because we got a Guy Ritchie joint here with Krasinski and Natalie Portman, but
but that's not a theater release, is it?
Isn't that
like a Netflix?
Which one is it?
It was a theater release. The Fountain of Youth
with a brother sister.
Yeah, is it streaming?
Indiana Jones time?
Apple TV.
Oh, yep. Well, never mind then. That makes my choice.
Don't pick that one.
I won't. That makes my choice easy. Then we'll do. Do I go with Adam Sandler? Or I do zombies.
What
zombies.
Adam Sandler?
Happy Gilmore 2.
That's streaming too.
That's streaming too.
Yeah. That's
Man.
Streaming. Yeah.
I should have known. Well, 28 years later, then that's easy.
I forgot about 28 years later.
Well, and that's the thing. I wanted to pick that. I was thinking picking that instead of Naked Gun, but it's I guess it's off the board because it's almost too big to be an also ran. I
forgot about that.
Yeah.
I should have been on the list potentially. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I should have put that one on the list. Is that this summer? I thought that was delayed.
This summer.
Yeah, it's the summer. Well, I don't know. Maybe it had.
Hang on. Let me look
recently.
Let me make sure that I'm not cheating here.
28
There's one other movie that I thought
called?
could have been on the list that's coming out end of summer that I'll mention if you don't mention it, Tony. I mean, if Tony doesn't pick it here.
It's June 20th for 28 years later, according to the site
that's
I'm looking
what I
at.
thought too. June as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So for mine, I'm really haven't paid a lot of attention to any of this. Imagine that. I was looking at Bride Hard with Rebel Wilson. I mean, comedy, that has to be good, right?
Yeah, you do great with your rom-coms at this point.
Yeah, I don't. Like last year. So actually, this is the one I'm doing this for my daughter and son-in-law who said they would go to the theater to see this, and it's a limited release, but it is coming out. The Surfer with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, that one I'm actually going to screen.
So I'm picking the
Well,
Surfer.
hey, I won
and
last year with Long Legs. That was Nicolas Cage.
That's true.
Yep.
That's what I'm going to go with. I watched the
I didn't know
trailer.
that
I'm
one.
not going to watch it, but okay.
Marty, so The Bad Guys 2 is also out this summer, and that is getting some hype too. It's another animated one.
The Bad Guys is animated?
Yeah.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I don't know. I was thinking of the other guys.
The other one I was kind of torn on too was the follow to I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yep. I also saw that one. Yep. But I don't know. It's so hard to tell like if that stuff's going to be popular anymore. But
Right.
I still love Jennifer Love Hewitt. But
Is the Toxic Avenger? I mean, I know that was past August 29th. I don't, I only know the name. So anyway.
well, and it's Dinklage playing the Toxic Avenger too. So
That ought to
be
be
great.
hilarious.
That's going to be so
awesome.
funny.
Mhm. All right, there we go.
Well, guys, we did it. We completed another episode here of Screening, Streaming, and Steaming. And like I said, I think we all agree this could be one of the bigger box office years we've seen in the past several years.
Do you want to recap the draft for everybody at home?
Sure. Here we go.
Who everybody picked? Their teams, so to speak.
Yes. So Tony went with, here's Tony's picks: How to Train Your Dragon, Ballerina, Karate Kid Legends, Dark Horse being the Surfer. Chris has Superman, Thunderbolts, Mission Impossible, 28 Years Later as the Dark Horse. I have Lilo and Stitch, Elio, F1, and Megan 2 as the Dark Horse. Dan has Fantastic Four, Jurassic Park, Naked Gun, and Life of Chuck.
Could be anybody's ball game here.
Mm-hmm.
It could be anybody's ball game.
And the Dark Horse goes into our totals, or is it a separate one?
It's kind of its own
Separate.
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's basically always Marty or Chris that wins every year in the Dark Horse. I don't think I've ever even been close to the Dark Horse.
I thought for sure mine
I'll
was
get
gonna
lucky
win.
with Dark Horse. With your rom-com?
That was a cute one.
Actually, that was Fly Me to the Moon is who you picked last year in the rom-com, and that's actually decent.
That was a good movie,
It's just,
actually.
This is just don't pull in big numbers. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why I went with the weird psychedelic Nicolas Cage cult thing.
Can't go wrong with that. All right, guys, before we get out of here, tell us where we can find you. We'll start with Dan.
You can find us on the Geek All Stars podcast. We'll be recording this week. We had a little bit of a snafu last week. We had people out of town, people going, all sorts of weird stuff going on last week. So we're recording this week. As you record this, as you're listening to this show, you could probably tune in right away to the new Geek All Stars show with myself, Mr. Kirkman here, and Riddle will be on the show. Designer Matt Riddle will be on the show as well. So you can find us there. I'm actually on Instagram now as the Geek All Stars, and you can find me still on, just probably there. I mean, nobody's on X anymore. I am, just to announce the show. But that's about it. But yeah, find us there. Thanks.
All right.
And here next year or later this year. I can't wait to be back with you boys.
Oh yeah, definitely in the fall for sure coming back. And Chris, where can we find you?
Wherever fine social media is served, you can always find me at Dice Hate Me. So Instagram, I'm still on X. I'm on Blue Sky. I kept Blue Sky as kind of a placeholder and X as a placeholder, so nobody steals Dice Hate Me, basically. I'm not as active on either one of them. But Instagram you can follow, and if you want to friend me on Facebook, look for me there too.
Excellent. And as always, you can follow us on our social medias at Dyson Names and go to our website, rolldicetakenames.com. You can follow us on the Discord channel. And if you're ever on the Discord channel, come let us know how about this? Let us know what do you think the movie is going to make the most domestically this summer. Drop your picks in the Discord, and then we'll discuss it there. Guys, I always look forward to this. I get excited around like March. It's like, oh boy, the trailers are coming. I'm already starting to think about the draft and everything, and I can't wait to start coordinating with y'all in March or to say, when can we get together in April and do it? Because it's always so much fun.
And Marty, if you allow me, I want to just plug another thing for the Geek All Stars. What we like to do are our shows called Spoiler Alert, and I'm sure I'll have Marty a couple times this summer, because whenever we have these big movies, especially these comic book movies, we like to do a spoiler alert show where we just talk about the movie and spoil the heck of it, but just really get deep into the movie. So much so sometimes that we go longer than the movie actually went. But these are some good movies this summer to do a spoiler alert. So we'll be definitely doing that for sure.
Oh, baby. Let's do it. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Guys, thank you for coming on. And like I said, I may be guesting over there for on his show sometime later this summer. Listen for that. And these guys will for sure be back in the fall, and we'll see who won this year's draft.
See ya.
See ya.
Hey there, I'm Hugh from Podderation. If you liked today's episode, why not check out Tartan Tabletop, a D&D show as Scottish as it sounds. I won't terrify you with my attempt at a Scottish accent, but I can assure you that Tartan Tabletop is some of the funniest tabletop content you will hear all year. Find it wherever you get your podcasts.